Mensa kan wodi making kan nyina enche kra na media hihye so amount. Ene empefo betena say the citizens of all Atodazi General Secretary Emma GCPP obetena tena face so Charles Maakye managing editor Emma the Hawk newspaper ono so betena tena fe den komo no ahihye so Kojo name former youth organizer Ayawa so West Wagon ono so betena tena yedi enkomo ene na watchu mu nyina no the topical issues no ene ebedi hu enkomo mejiri yesa what is yesisi de no see and the performance above from kakra I think it is selling around 13 Ghana cedis per the dollar. Minim says see about 12 or so 13 or so when he for you be there no so home come what is really producing and now say Emma ayesade no aba sa for no bebe na no e dia share festivity na we nim no Christmas no and afi so market ni amanfo kwakọ bre de ade efi ayama ne aba no ne ye de Christmas ni ntino ama dollar no and afi so see de no aye bibia wo honom kakra importers no omo asem na me ka sisia na no so e wo honom ayebehwe na ye di hu enkomo yie pa matters arising efi former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono and issues that has really transpired regards to the removal from Supreme Court bench and I feel so on Chief Justice Biona no so hunkomo yebedi e wo fie han when I feel so akwetia by election no so no their course one MPP a petition Ghana police over attacks national third national vice chairman meka chairman Buga attack na fi azoko ho no so no the MPP afile and answer the petition akakoma Ghana police service omo na omo enhwehwem and afeso no wokaya threats fi azoka ho minority leader ho no sanhene afenyo Maakye no so no the MPP the petition what will come out of it no yebedi ni nyina ho enkomo ewo fie hanom bejiri esa na watwe nyina so te se Ora Akpalu Charles Maakye Dankwah pa ono so Yoko ede nensa akano omo che no as to what really the problem is no yebedi ni nyina ho nkomo ene ewo fie hanom DSTV channel 364 na Facebook Go TV channel 121 mamen ko ne imboost for ending komo na yen boost to immune system no isane say immune system no dey one boost na ha dwene yie pa yen boost for ending komo ye ba na ye de dwumadie no ahihye so amaw
Medafo medewadu sharp herbs biaya ye imboost herbal mixture police ni na dro no ename ne wo behwe senti etwa sa wodi imboost herbal mixture wadro enne pa wadro ni mu enne niema papa se obinom imboost herbal mixture onya medafo se ka imboost herbal mixture se de wate dada na police ni no adro no edro police ni oye memu heya na nyame nam ne so a ode edro ya bedwa so wodwa so dada a chese yeguso aye no ma eboa ye ma ni aduano kwamo no enya ahoden na ene ye hwe ne pa imboost herbal mixture mu police ni na draw imboost herbal mixture waye no odi no bna hama enua hini ena odi aye na ahwe adro se de brand ni sitie na unique kra danso na nya brand ne keke content na mu no eno so ye different eyi ne ho apue na eyi ne ho asinchen aka adro kaye bia aka ho eno nti se upia bonten na se wo herbal shop license chemical shop pharmacy bia mu na okope ebibidro mapa ebetimi aboa mu otimi ako edi unyare wanyina so nkunimu a menhwe dro bia se imboost herbal mixture police ni no edro no sei enetie mepacha won saka bia ka poketu abi hye so ubie so na wo shekini wi aka poketu na hye so no obenum 2 anopa ansa na wadidi awianso wadidi awie obenum 2 enwumra a wokọ akoda no wanum 2 edro yi ra wo ni padua mu a eba beboa nkwam a ewo ni padua no mekire immune system no na enya ahoden mapa na atimi aboa wo ni padua no na dwuma so a nyankopon nyansa ne ni nipa yo mu obo nkwam de ma nipadua ne se enima no no sa sadwuma so no enkwamo na etimi edi amanipadua no edroi ye di nubrane hahama na aye na nubrane hahama na natural spices ide aye no ekura properties bebree ekura phytochemical compounds bebree a eboa nipadua no apomden ma nitimi ekonanim properties ameka ho asemu ebi ne saponis ebi ye tannis afensu ebi ye flavonoids ebi ye carotenoids ena alkaloids ne de keka ho bebre a mintumi ye brani ntimi fa ne nyina entudwa na nam se ebrani sa na dodo akonya ba akofo ntena so nchenti ena me no be ka mienu ho asem ye fa saponis eye property a ewo imbustable mixture mu a obi a wodi police ni na dro imbustable mixture ne be ye na edro no saponis na ewo mu nti fat entimi enya nika ewo ni paduanim me kire srade eno nti se wutie me ne na se woni paduanim ayedu embroso wankasa wonante a obre wonante a ase wo tie so utumu se ni paduane emu ayedu waye kese embroso a imbustable mixture na ye kanfo di amawo saponis na ewo mu no se woto imbust no na wo shekina wa se bibi ba ni bubbles bibi ni mu se ehoro bisa no eno ena ekọ wo shifat ni nyina efri ni paduanim edi amawo eno ewia na wieye afe ekohwe aboa na wo sugar a ekọ ni paduanimu enuane a ye di starchy foods a ye di ani end product eye sugar anase glucose no ekoboa anormalize sugar level no edi amawo me kire se esichira aboroso wo ni paduanimu no ebetena kofom kra wa wo di aboroso na wa wo di aboroso so a control no SCC no di amawo se de be ya emoroso nkofa ohaw ana oye ne bi enfamreo afe ewia hye se cholesterol aboroso wo ni paduamu aya SS no ebete so edi amawo medofo enye no nkwana so ye brani ti yanko tannis enso so yi tannis so ye property bia ewo nipa ewo imbust mu a se wura ni paduani mu a ekoye osi akwan ama bacteria virus germs infections a omu wura ni ye ni paduani mu a omu kwasesa yare ahodo de brain no eno na tannis na ewo imbustable mixture mu no ekohwe na aye osi akwan aseti barriers amawo se de be ya wo pia bonten na se wo don saso so ne ma bi mu ana wudi nuane bi na se kwa akofa ohaw bi ana wo ye ne bi e de abrewa tannis na ewo imbust mu no ebe ye osi akwan amasa ne oma ne nyinam afa tannis ninti wonum imbustable mixture ye police ni na duro no oni akomayade eni twaka kra chese akomayade entumi emben wo heart attack bia entumi emben wo eboa siesie akoma no mani tumi ye atwuma ye afen so ehye ema moje wo nipaduani mu no etimi di afusane ye ebi ana wutie me na kakra bia wo na ye titiriti onsa ye titiriti moja ni ntumi di afusane ye amo akoma bo periperi ama pressure no kra ekosoro dodo ana atia bafom sese hypertension no abasa ne wo betena enu ti doctor mo waduro se no moduro no nefa control no me pacho imbustable mixture wo betimi anoma ka ho ebesiesie wo nipadua no na control ne di ama wo nipa bebre na anom imbustable mixture no pressure no ewo soro pa nanso nei odi adanse se eduro no aboa no afen so ebi na wutie me na cancer kra na etete wo me ka carotenoids eho asem eno so boa wo na ewo cancer eno ti se wo nom imbustable mixture hunu se sa carotenoid na ewo mu nti no ma cancer emba wo nipadua nim enye no nko me dafo wutie me se ye fa imbust ho bonus na se mfa so dia yenya ewo nipadua nim a edoso obi ohon mo se me didi wi na me bo ehyehye me ana se aduane to me yam a mentumi kra imbustable mixture ne besiesie di ama wo imbust ne de enka wo se abusua bia enya bisi ne fie bra yare achi mpofiri mu so na wo be ko hospital ana yare achi hu kani ana se wo dofo bi na wo pese wo de no ko hospital no wo de wo imbust ne bia fa na bie so ne di kan ma ne binom ansakra na modru hospital ho se imbust serve as first aid e de ama wo abusua na de biara da otumu se yare ene moto nkwanta amapai yare nta amemu imbustable mixture boy general body pains free ni padua mu me kire police ni na do no an obi mu bisa se adai edro no eye painkiller na wonnom a eyi ya wo nyina se ye adwumaden na wo ye se ye fom dwuma e na wo ye se wo ye mesini wo ye driver ni wo ye gya ho adwuma wo ye oba wo kwa market ko di dwa wo honom obeba na honam nyina ya wo ya edro imbustable mixture na ebeboa wo na menua ba eboa wo yi ya wo no na menstrual pains ene menstrual disorders so wo di ni sunkunim eno nti wo baby or menstrual pains or menstrual disorders ya kan fu police ni na dro imboost herbal mixture no ena di ama no afei so ebeboa asiesie wo maaye mu no se bia infection bi ehinta wo baabi candidiasis me kire odepoa ehinta wo baabi a ebesiesie nu anase nsuo biara enya nika nanso eba efiri wo nipadua ni mu ba ekofo how edebre wo no imboost ne beboa eyi ni nyina afiri ho be ma wo hwe me imboost herbal mixture ebeboa ama mensem so akonanim a wo how bia eni akire sa wo to imboost herbal mixture se wo no mo amedofo eye du papa ebeboa wo na how bia nim sanse yan kasa ne edua ye nubena no wo ti regional hahama ne nubena no ya gi asase yan tam wo ho eni afa akuafo aguso ye ne o makasa se momo fa chemical bi an kasa ase no ne mpo akopɛ se eduro no enu nti ye ndro beba ye de be fa mfidie mu a ye behwehwe mu no na kyese bibia eye kroje na eduro ne be agya so enam se ye papa nti adanse bebre na ewo ho
eduro ne ye papa asa mi ko peje mi 20 na mi mensi se ye
sa
mi body ne enye ye
okay
ba mi ko eduro ne kunu so ma me de bia me no no ni bia mi sore mi ko peje mi new system so aye kama mi mensi so aye kama
ba so me net no bo so me so na menses na say ba no ma be even 5 days no na be 3 days pe na atwa be ma nye do mbi ko na no so kra no mbi no e ma kwa na we ba be 5 days no mind mu ne say do no mu de no kra ni e de nyame asase nyankopon ayadom na edu ba tan say be pe kro man we mu na e boa fofofo na ye nya mu anwodi
nya accident e koda trafaga almost 3 months me na ibubuye e ma da de shimu enti na pensa na e wo ho a meti no police ni aduru no moto bre me amenum ye no first one no de na me nti pensa no biem nti second one at times going no amenum police ni aduru na wo me nan no na ma wo se me nan na fe de me hu sa kira bi online no nso ta nan mu ye omo me pressure we so ta nan mu enti me no police ni aduru na fe ma wo se nan no asase ye de etwe enti aduru no de eye me manum bi anasa oba bi ya ho na me ya ho no de me de no na esa me yare ma me edi se ka ye camera kwa metimi ayi ba bi amenya accident no edi a kire tiefo no mo so ahwe no mo de aduru no adanse a kire mansan
adanse atwa egu nyina eye imbustable mixture police ni na dro ho adanse enko ano no wote ho ye dai tutumri kasesi a na ru herbal shop license chemical shop na kope imbustable mixture na nom na wonom a afe apomudin abusuakuo imbust no wa beka ho wo beka apomudin abusuakuo no ho a de biara da utimu se unipadua no enya apomudin mapa oni yade to nkwanta mapai ye numbers na gu screen so no frey asem bi a kire wadwen no brane ne ye meka ho asem ana se frey na bisa ye kope imbust tonom na beboa wo atufo beko herbal shops akese a etwa Ghana Heshia enkran okanshi drug lane ebi ewo honom Kumasi ene central region Koforidua eastern region mu nyina northern region baby a imbust no yato apeti enti kope bi tonom ebeboa wo pa imbustable mixture de eye apomde mapa
Kessben 92.9
Maakye enam se police ni na ye enti obetumi aka se opo sini na dro no mera wase se wo hwe me
It's exactly 7:59 in the studios of Kessben 92.9 FM. So Kessben TV just gone by, you know, imboost herbal and I know AD and common into him be party pepa chokoko tobi na boost to immune system no ebebo aye pa ma men ken kan WhatsApp messages here coming from yen TF4 and no more ehwe nyina no Masawudi Nkumase say the allegations presented in the petitions against Justice Gertrude Tokonom lacked the necessary weight to warrant her dismissal from the position of Chief Justice. This has weakened the judicial arm of government. Fellow Ghanaians, arise and let's resist the introduction of partisan politics into our judicial system. Regards to Honorable Sampine, and I feel so Sampine, who is National First Vice Chairman Hopeful, and also Nedia or De Ebaye no Masawood, Mejidi Yese Bibia Eye Boko Ewo Eye Bantama. Teacher Kojo Tepa or said the politics of you do me, I do you, unfortunately has come to stay and will remain as such. Whatever we do today, don't forget that tomorrow will be another day. Even if it takes 21 years for the NPP to return to power, all the appointments made by John Dramani Mahama and the NDC to Supreme Court will surely be removed by the NPP. I foresee the NPP will retaliate in the near future. Greetings to Chairman Odenoho Kwame Apia Koka and also Honorable Eric Nana Ajuman Prempe MP for Ahafo Ano North, and then GFK and Mr. Owusu Bempa, the Inshayeso constituency chairman, hopeful we if a teacher Kojo Tepa and Ode Ebaye. Now this one, if Yenabema Eben from Kwabenya, now saying the attitude of the MPP shows they have unfinished business with the removed CJ Tokono at the bench. That's why they find it difficult to accept the due process the woman went through. So far, they have told us the president breached any constitution. I think they should concentrate on their collapsed party rather cause Ghanaians need a formidable opposition to guide the good governance period. Greetings to Honorable MC Agbo of Ga East, TDC Boss, Courage, Makafui, Nenokbeku, and then Mr. Akwesi Mensa of PSC Tema Shipyard. This one is coming from Eben Kwabenya. Now, another very good friend of mine, teacher, Constitution, Yamwase, or see JDM's government is mere on the Savannah conflict. There are people dying. Instead of solutions, they are resorting to threats and arrest of political opponents. Azoke's Akwetia antics are a perfect example of NDC style. When will they prioritize Ghanaians over politics? Greetings to Miss Mavis in Kansan Buedu, Honorable Hawa Kumsin, JFK Koka, and then Mr. Owusu Bempa, the MPP chairman, hopeful for Inshaya. So, Onosonedia or de Ebaye no. And then I have this one coming from another friend of mine who loves to test us. Yeah, that's a Capito Gosso mention. I see, in fact, time for the MPP to make sure there is peace and unity in the MPP because per the situation and the performance of the NDC with unity, togetherness, and hard working, we will easily win 2028 elections. Regard to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, best to lead the MPP, and Justin Frimpong Kudia, General Secretary of the MPP, still maintained. And also Nadia or the Ebaye and no. This one is coming from Daniel Coleman, Ahafo Kenyan number 2 Jericho. Or say, JDM and his NDC always use propaganda to get power. That's why they don't have any good thing to offer for Ghanaians. Greetings to Honorable Hawa Kumsen, the incoming National Women Organizer. And also, Nadia Ode Ebaye and And then let me shift to text messages. Abebe PMO and American Kanina Amamo. This one says, Brakojo, good morning. I want to wish my friend Linus Befi Frimpon Pugasti a glorious happy birthday. May the good Lord grant all your heart wishes and long life. We if wadam for Prof Ho Anna or de Ebaye. And then I have this one on text message. Or say blah 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 blah. No, I'm not going to read this one. It's too strong. And they're making most any messages na muntuni down kakra. It's an say nipa ho adwuma na ye nti so wode ba na sa no hye men kan emma enkofa ensem bebre na no embre yen ewo eye Ghana memu ana say yes so. OPK Patriotic Voices go so also regards to Dr. Baumia incoming flag bearer MPP and also Honorable Catherine Afeku. It is very sad that over 14,000 Ghanaians in Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire are refugees, which is unprecedented in the history of Ghana because of conflict at Sola, Tuna, Bole, Bamboy under the bad governance of Mahama and the NDC government. And the dollar is running as we are told, Ghanaians, it is artificial. So Ghanaians should embrace themselves for more hardship, and we must resist this oppressor rule by voting for MPP in 2028 to rescue us from this bad governance. Regards to Honorable Catherine Afeku, Mr. Maakye Jare, incoming MPP Bono regional organizer. and then all of them that you greeting also ye pa timpacho mean to making kind na now this one is for another guy who also does well with us. Comensa Pillar 2 aka give Baumia another chance. Comensa, good morning. Or saying JDM promised us 24-hour economy, not knowing 24-hour sacking Chief Justice, IGP, and government workers. Anyway, regards to Nana Ahinkai, aka Kede Golden Boy, and Francisca Abando, aka Lady Franca Action Lady Nest Domekwa Benya Woman Organizer, hopefully if you cool Mensa Pillar 2 ho and na ode ebaye. So they are canning and making kind nina ama. But somebody can you know you bidding komo afa their cost when it comes to the city. So in that any it is still dropping in 3 weeks. Depreciating abem and the number 13%. And it to me a drop in 3 weeks when it comes to you see my understanding is that it is here a ton 12.70 Ghana cities a year forex medium say a costro and as is here above from there, but the experts are also telling us that the value has also declined make us see to 6.58%. That's the figure that they're giving us against the dollar. Now DNT and ebema no abasa DMPA and ebema dollar no etumi aba from sa. Is it normal say you hu ni say na a shift into me constancy na you hu no 10 CDs and all that na akofompa to the extent that a man for kase sebio na ensheda enye adia ebetumi ejina the test of time no eno na abasa na so say enye sa so dia edempa enama no etumi akodu bebia edui. Should we say the CD falling no has to do with say na man for say azan synthetic and cheddar engine and na so ntina ma no ebasa na all this more yebedi hu enkomo e wo fie hanom just as I said no for better say na yedi enkomo ye pa Charles McCarthy managing editor my the Hawk newspaper better as also and a citizen ato that's the general secretary of the GCPP so better as near yedi enkomo and then aye Kojo Yeboah former youth organizer aye waso West Wagon on so better say na yedi enkomo ye pa and you know menko babia yeda so ewa ha amount now Clips collateral management say men kan say we here aye collateral na wo de akoye adwuma we na bebre na ye kwakoji a na ye kwaji loan na ye collateral no unibi but Clips collateral management say men kan say oni omo ending komo oni omo ndi ensan wo so no metumi aboa ama bebia etumi akoyi amount isane say ho adwuma na omo ye enu ntino say we here aye collateral na de ye adwuma pa dia se fata se ubetumi ene eye Eclipse collateral for edi enkomo ye pa wo so wukra eye krata meka eye ejapade krata eda hono a onfanya hwe na wotifie na no munsuo na wo hram na hwe TV na eye ejapade krata no so da hono a entumi enwo sika ma no Eclipse collateral se meka ncho se wo de brom no so mo de ye adwuma ubenya eye kakra apodwe dani de nyina wo property no enya dia ebefi wonsa so that and into this open sa dia woni eye Eclipse for ND enkomom e was 054 383 2466 054 383 2466 na oni omo ND enkomom omo adenta barrier omo ben be the Moses Hospital no honom na omo ben and as say West African SHS war no obenya omo e wo honom anti no uhia Eclipse a obetumi afrom 054 383 2466 Eclipse collateral management for enwasem and make a choice this year no 10 minutes past the hour of a year 8 mame kwa homana so na yenkodi enkomo na enkomo ye kwa kodi no esefata se di hu enkomo yie pa isane se the State Interest and Governance Authority eye dwumeku omo hwe eye state organizations e wo krom ha no omo the report bi aba betudwa na report no da tudwa no very interesting siga very very interesting say enema bi APP mu but yenkodi nkomo na yenhwe how the performance looked when it comes to TDC. Omo Ejumano report in the no saying and omo and what has really been on for them. Yanko near Dorothy Asari Kuma Aldoff ND and Komoye head corporate communication and planning Emma Aye TDC na yenono ND and Komo. Welcome Dorothy to essbenMaakye on Kessben TV and then on 92.9.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Morning. I guess all is well.
Everything is fine by God's grace. Thank you.
How is TDC?
TDC Ghana Limited is doing very well and fine.
And so far, having your new leadership, what has transpired for the last 9 months?
Oh, also, we had a new MD come in sometime at the end of, in fact, the last week of February. So he hasn't done a full 9 months yet.
Oh, okay.
But when he came in, he introduced some innovative systems for us to keep the company running. TDC has been doing very well. If you have observed our performance from as far back as 2013, 2014, thereabout, as a state enterprise, we have performed decently well, and it has been consistent. So when he came in, he thought that there should be new ways of improving our revenue base, improving our work system. So the first thing he did, in fact, the first thing he did when he came in was to say that, you cannot be a real estate developing company and a big one as that and be working in the kind of environment in which you are working, because obviously a few things aesthetically had deteriorated. So the first thing was to work on our immediate environment, our work environment, our buildings, our offices, to put it at least in a decent light. So which we did renovations here and there, and then introduce some new services. So with the renovations, what we did was to remodel our frontage, our reception area, because previously the work we do is quite risky, land-related matters. So previously you could just walk in. You could just walk in and then walk into any office. So we try to put in some security measures to make sure that now you come through the reception, you go through some proper security checks before you are allowed into any office. And we have minimized the personal contact between staff and clients drastically. So when you come in and you have a problem, you cannot request for a particular staff to deal with. You state your problem to the general inquiry desk. They would find somebody to help you. If they cannot find immediate help, they would escalate it and all of that, which is doing well. And then we introduced 3 new services, our 24-hour call center. Of course, you know that 24-hour economy was what the government trumpeted to win power. And so when he came in, he felt that what service could we also initiate with the 24 hours to fall in line with government programs. So we introduced our call center. Now, wherever you are in the world, you can call TDC at any time of the day, and you find somebody to respond to you. And then we introduced our prestige and premium services. So with the prestige and premium services, most of the services that we were running on a normal basis. So let's say you put in an application to do a search. It will take you a month, it will take you 6 weeks or 3 weeks to get a response. Then he said, no, some of these things we can do in 24 hours. So why don't we introduce a small rate?
Okay.
And get a very nice place, create a very nice VIP lounge. Let people come in. They want 24-hour service. Let's do it for them. So for some of the services, as soon as you put in the application, if you did it this morning, latest by tomorrow morning this time, you should have had your feedback, your response, and then you pick up. And so for some of the services, that is when we introduce the premium, so fast track. But the difference between the premium and the prestige is that with the prestige, you don't need to come to TDC. You can be in the comfort of your office, your home, and tell us, I have this property, I have seen this property, I want to conduct a search on it. So we will come to you. Take whatever documents you need to provide, come and process it, and then bring it back. Let our courier service deliver it back to you in the comfort of wherever you are. That is if you are within Accra Tema. If you are outside Accra Tema, then we can have some special arrangement with you. So you can tell us, okay, deal with DHL, deal with whatever is your choice of courier service. Once you tell us, we use that to provide the service for you. So these are some of the things that we have had running since we had a new MD.
Oh, that's brilliant. But before I come to the 2024 state ownership report and what TDC is when it comes to their performance, you did speak about the revenue one, and that's what I'm interested in. How are you mobilizing revenue now? Is there a new form of revenue mobilization scheme? I mean, something that really will ensure that now people will not dodge in terms of taxes and all those things?
Yes, in fact, previously we had some tight controls, but they are even tighter now. So what happens is that we've tried to make it very easy for people to make payments. In the past, you have to come to TDC's office to make payments and all of that. Now we have a lot of payment platforms. Apart from the banks, you can use the mobile money pay platform. We have a POS. For instance, if you came here and you didn't have cash, you can use your card to make payments. You can use the QR code to make payments. And then we have a lot of revenue mobilization teams. So they go out every day, every single day. They go out into the communities, into our working areas. So sometimes you will be in, say, community 2 area, and then you see a lot of people with blue tags and then reflector jackets and their TDC shirts and everything going into the people. So they go there. If you have to make any payment, they help you to make the payment. If you need information, if you need to make any change to any documentation, they will guide you on how to do it and then walk you through the proper process. So, and then, for instance, there are areas where we regularize, areas where people encroach, and then they come to us to do regularization for them. Yes, if the land is available, we'll do it for you, but there's also another team that will come after you to make sure that you pay what you should have paid. So all these are new controls that have been brought in to support whatever pre-existed, to make our revenue drive very high. So these are some of the things we are doing.
Okay. Let me shift to affordable housing. I have read somewhere that TDC is to deliver about 800 affordable housing units by April 2026. Is it true?
Yes, that is very correct.
Okay.
So, the affordable housing program started during His Excellency and the ex-president Kufuor's era.
Yeah.
And then it has gone through all these years. So we have done it in phases. The first phase was when we had just a few blocks. I'm sure at that time they wanted to test and see whether we could really handle the project. And then we had a second phase where more blocks was released to us. And then later on, TDC was asked to take over the whole infrastructure in the affordable housing area. And then we had the third phase where we started turning out apartment houses actually. So that was the previous administration. They also did their bit. And then we entered the fourth phase. So the fourth phase is where we are looking at delivering the 800 two-bedroom apartment units by April 2026. In fact, we did a visit to the site yesterday. And if you see the progress of work for some of the contractors, the board had requested that at least we see some completion, minimum completion of about 4 or 5 blocks by December. But with what we saw yesterday, we are likely to have a good number of the blocks being completed by end of December this year. Because they are working, some of the contractors are working at a very fast rate, others are also catching up, but the progress really looks good.
Dorothy, there are few things Ghanaians really will want to look at. One, how affordable is affordable housing? Okay. And then again, the issue of knowing very well that we had one of the affordable houses, just as you said, I mean, previous governments have worked on their Saglame housing and all that, and we've still not seen anything. I mean, even in Saglame, it is in question whether to give it to a private entity or to continue and all that. I mean, combining these two, how would you want to address this issue for Ghanaians? Because we are excited when we hear affordable houses, 800,000, 2,000. Yet, by the time you get to these institutions, i.e. TDC and the rest, then they are giving you some high quotations.
I agree with you. As for affordability, it is relative because what is affordable to me may not be affordable to you. But with TDC, what we do is that we try to manage the construction cost, but by being very tight, on our procurement processes, make sure that we are closing loopholes, make sure that we are using high quality materials so that in the end, it doesn't cost us more, for instance, to fix problems, which is what happened sometime in the past, fixing problems and all of that. This time we are trying to be very, very tight on the kind of construction programs that we have. And then in terms of the affordability, of course, yes, when you come and then I mentioned that, for instance, maybe a 2-bedroom flat is going for, say, 350,000 cedis. You will say that that is very expensive. But the measures we put in place is that we allow you time to pay. So, for instance, with the 800 that we intend churning out by April 2026, we have asked the marketing team to come up with some provisional selling prices now, which they are currently working on. The intention is that if at the level at which the construction is, say you are interested, you want a 2-bedroom apartment, you can begin making payments now, you see, so that you have a longer payment period. So that if you start making payments now, by the time the apartments are fully completed and delivered, you are either done paying or very close to paying off. It is when you just put the thing out and ask people to come and make, a lump sum payment, that is where the challenge is. Of course, you know that all the materials do not come cheap anyway, but we try to put in measures. And the cost, when you compare the cost of housing, what we provide to what we get on the market, you would really know that when it comes to affordability, TDC is a good definition of affordability, and we help to make it easier by giving you a longer payment period for you to pay up.
Okay, all right. Now let me come back to the 2024 State Ownership Report. How did TDC fare? I mean, in the report?
TDC did good. You realize that in the report, normally they would showcase one specified entity. This time it was TDC. And I think that came about largely because TDC has been very consistent in performance. Very, very consistent in terms of, so the State Ownership Report, they look at a number of things. They look at your financial performance, they look at your auditing standards, they look at your reporting standards, they look at your governance structure. So there are a number of things that they look at. And consistently, TDC says, even before we became a limited liability company in 2017, the then administration of Mr. Joabi, sometime around 2014, because they were looking at a change in legislation to become a limited liability company for us to move outside SEMA, they started introducing measures that made us act and conduct ourselves as if we are already a limited liability company.
Okay.
So even though the conversion was done in 2017, you would realize that we had some semblance of AGMs 2014, 2015, 2016 paying dividend because they wanted us to start adopting to the practices of becoming a full limited liability company. And so since then, all the practices, all the governance structures were put in place and were, guided to proceed consistently up until the point where fully in 2017, we became a limited liability company, which now allows us to go outside the original acquisition area of Tema, so that now we can go to other regions. So since that time, the performance has been consistent. And so you realize that from 2020, TDC has been winning awards from the state enterprises, from SIGA, Best SOE, Best Audit, Internal Audit Company, and things like that. So our performance has been very consistent. This one was no different. It just followed the trend that it has been following for some time now. And we are happy that at least we are matching up to what was imbibed in us years ago.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful, and I want to believe that we're going to see more good works coming from TDC ahead of us.
Oh, definitely. With the structures put in place now, we expect nothing but better performance. Sometimes when the standards are set, you don't have a choice. You cannot go below it. Even measuring at par, it's not attractive. You want to do more, and so that is what the board, the current board, and the managing director and management are pushing hard to make sure that we do way better than we have been doing for the previous years.
Okay. Dorothy, thank you so much for talking to us, and we'll make sure to see positive things are coming from TDC. If anything else, we'll come back to your office again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. We are indeed grateful.
Welcome. Dorothy Asari Kuma out of or your head corporate communication and official plan and TDC and any more AD and common. 26 minutes past the hour of 8. Citizen of Atudazi Atinasis also and the managing editor. Managing editor so but managing editor, the best friend of the LPG man who was taken by Yoko. Charles Makati is here. Kofi Akpalu's best friend. And also Atnase. Ye train na Kojo Yeboa so ababe kayen na afi ye den komono ahihye so bran sana no Suzy for Atnase. Yen say ho yare de enye papa. Yen say ho yare ene so ye weekend. Ye kwa konunu bia Monday ye beba na bibia wo ho. Yen gi aduro na yen say ho ya ne mo ye ho ban na bibia betimi akoyi. Ananye sa say sir. And Friday.
Be and to be
Dabi. Friday the into four.
Oh,
Dabi.
No Friday who are foot to be at 1,000 and 2,000
and near foot no.
And one year foot to another Kojo. Show who you and Dabi. I don't know because Monday one was answer and not Friday. But your auntie for foot to and yet pork could be a hard joint to be a high young corner young coach live band the bin and then young clear your mind.
As some okay, citizen at Tibo.
Eh, citizen we are Kojo. Already a pork joint to be Madame Quine young Kojo from Monday. And I don't can say be a made a main court, maybe 2 coin or not 2 coin, maybe 2 coin to know. Me young to know the net. Would you wait now 2,000 be now? Kwana California train as can be Africa or piano say
that mount be sa
no piano say nka wo tie call nka say obebo mu no na je say e ka go for trans citizen man yes citizen look sharp kra na enko yi we da say no pay betumi a chere na ye ni beji Friday yi na futu bia me say me president e de ma bad advisors on Fridays bad advisors on Fridays e do Friday you to futu pa yan chele yan boile yan bidwam ma ya ninye na ka brabo no ho ehsa life is short o wo ko say hey say sen ka mi nkwana na mi dwam 44,000 ela mi dwam 400 pe manu mi ho wo pepe so be san ba nso na wo be ye yo ta mi nso ye etimi sraw tie mafutuo yi na edu Friday Monday to Friday ya bre Friday to Sunday numere de masa jiwani relaxe chicho ho benya baabi no be pie outside the region and now town and now home so no kanchima bi o ni wo yire o nko o kodwojo ho said ye be ya wo so no nso ani beje na otimi abo nipadua na watimi ye adwuma yie nipadua ne de oyebe ko pepe keke so no nani anye a nipadua ne tibi mu adwuma enti so nani beje ya na wa na pede ama no apede ne nyina nso ne se ubenya sound mind, peace of mind, ube relaxe na body no ejina ne nan so ye na ebe kwa ne saa dia mawa me pa chow na CB capsules na eboa wo e wo saa kwan ne so oba wo die nie CB women capsules be ma wo die nie CB women capsules CB men capsules nie na CB women capsules nie me pa chow eye topa ye eya bibidro eye purely herbal yamfa preservative ana additive bia engumu ne nyina ne se ye de haban enuabre nuantini na ya hatama na ho kama ye noa ye nche ya hatabi wodamu ebi wa awia so na ye de mfidie anjam kama ni ya coat na ye ne topa ye ni ya package no kama package fefefe anyway na omanga na mu ya ene ye no suhuma manhye ya Suzy Herbal Center ene ya de amawo CB women no eyema oba menua ba bia sabe usisi yo ya pa emana mo to bebre no emana mo to no bohu se na usisi ni ukotodwe ena affect ho pa wonum CB women capsules anopa mienu anwumre mienu a tasisi ya weri nya bejai fire wadanfo fire wunia faka wo ho fire wadro abreni na mane mpa ho wo hu se osisi yale na san hyase a na wakoto sibi ni bi na wo nonom anopa mienu anwume mienu ebra wadidi awie na ekoyie obabi wo nso bu ni nsa ya nantimi ma obabi wo no mana na ya si twa no ye okwaye seses okwaye endometriosis okwaye sese endometriosis na says ni na no etumi etwa wawo enkanka mana yedru ye reproductive age every 18 akoti 35 years 38 no ekwono mo na wutimi wo healthy babies introduce hambre no na adida ni oni ti so na how no ya si twa doctor says ni ade a eba ne se how ni enti assist betuma wa ho atochima nsem eye inflammatory anase babia wutu nkosuani free no babia wutu nkosuani ma ebedane umoja wo wabu nsa no eho no mun nkosuani eto a yare bi kotena ho infection kotena ho na eho abompomponya eba ne sa enkosuani tumi nhye eyie na ahye nsuo te se ade ahono no na afe enkosuani atesensen ho eno entumi nwane emma na esensen na asan chinchim na chinchim me mano no a ekọ ene de sa opens no ebrewo no koto sibi women capsules yare kro bi a akotena ho na aba ne sa no ebeye firi ho eba ne sa na ekọ akira aje ekoye osadwi emane nuru sa koto sibi women ni bi ebeye firi ho ene dane no nso ebe wiwiri nyina de free awode no ene ye firi no mu ama ho ato awo beba obi won ma oyen miscarriages pa me pacho infection kotesa wa wode mu cha ena wonyensa na asɛ no koto sibi women ni bi ebeyi ni nyina pie obabi woni be mehye ne hunso ntimi nkwa no ho na ama awo ho ayeden eyosi akwan nom sibi women me ye living testimony eba miscarriages ni saa obema hunso me ye living testimony ena mi kita tu me pacho bomodin na koto sibi women ni bi eba boawo ama wodi adanse se enne me nso me di adanse no me ka cho se ma wo ekita 10 months baby a wonyini eye sibi adawro ma wo na mani na awurade adom odi me ko dua busua yi mu enne me di adanse kirewo koto sibi women ni bi oba ebe siesie o infection sa o de poase fligono ni sane ma no a oba etete wo ama sabre nka eba wo ho na wo hokekawo ensa agu ho na bibia be sisi so mpose epa na ye kuro na agugu peprepe na ye basa oba ebasa be mani nye wo ho ema fie nye de edura na jo a ene Friday o kina samadi so a ye call live band ba ye de be sisi so amana ye yie oba be won so bo 2 minutes under 2 minutes mo di shembe man bebre mo ba under 2 minutes complaints amanya no me pa choko to sibi women oba watenka teko koto sibi women ebe bo opa ye nre ba bibia ye to adro wo my Ghana mu no obenya bi wo ho no mo ato ne bo efo ko repa share ba obenya bi oba Kessben TV ya Kessben train tower ni mu circle obenya bi wo ha to ye ton sibi men ye ton sibi women e wo ha oba papa security no e wo abosan na se a obenya bi wo Kessben TV ha sei Kessben TV Kessben FM train tower na se ha obenya bi wo ho no mo ato ebi wo ha brahana betobi ne bo so fofofo at the factory price no betobi wo ha ye wo sibi men we ye be ma de ye nuanu me ma no mesrew se o sisi yare dendende ebi de no e wo want se dem pane wo ni sisi mu no ebi nso de twa ne che ebi de ye ne ya me pacho asobo chika se no kwan echi koto sibi men capsules ebe manage one time ukoto dwe bada so na honam nyina ya wo ya be ma koda ma wuntumi na enye wo moja so na ate nye malaria na achew wuntumi na honam nyina ya ebre koto sibi men capsules na ebe boa wo menua be ma wonso sabe wawura akowura bone okwo to kroboni mama hawo ene wakote yare mani bi wo na masabe on trafa kunti biso kwa nya ono bi na de beye no wanya du papa tisesi bi na ata ne so achen ene wakwa mu gono syphilis hwan chlamydia na keka ho koto sibi men capsules ne beye obehu se wo bi ni se wo ma na obema mu keka wo ensa be gugu ho ne ano no wo ma na obehu se emu hyehyew wa jonso ana mu dwan wo afena jonso mu hawo aba so wutimi nyunso yie wo jonso na bubu ni tot no sibi men ne be yi wa film ya sha okatita krampa num sibi men doctor so okoshewa num sibi men anopa be yi mienu ebra wadidi e fa breakfast awie anwumre wo koda wa yi mienu breakfast me de fufuo banku ene ga kenke anasa abete anagobe mamunum tea no mo de nyame na aboa mo menum tea no a emoten ne ma fenti by 5 times etimi me de ne heavy and okay ni bad me de ni fufuo enti se me di ni saa no an ma yi mi sibi mienu enti wo de wo so titi ni porridges no e na ye wo de a wawie no yi sibi mienu na nom anwumre wo koda yi mienu wo be hu so betumi adwo so fine be wo se de padua ne mo adwo pense bi anim ni titro mema sabe wo ba da bridjo under 2 minutes emfa ho ne se de wo tie irrespective of your status under 2 minutes betumi ayo 2 seconds ye man bebo Friday ya ji yanin utumi nkofie otu office wo bo computer sa dan ya wo kofie de betata o bra otosi bi man bi eye tatashe me se why mre wo mpam nko a bra na ye ntonchia bra na me no ntonchia na gisi bi men na wankasa hwede nyankopon be wo bra mu wo bebo adwuma enkofo bo 2 in 1 or 3 in 1 wo de 2 minutes wawie ye betwa mama ye beta abachichimu na muna ya na mo predi ene ntiso no be pa twa wa woni se utibi mu adwuma eti akola na mfi hono wa hu se o resemblance bi eni akola yi mu wo ye adwuma a ka wo se hwe kotosi bi be ni bi na beboa wo ama wo nso daachi bi wo be hu mini yu e wo fie be be wo hono mo sabe obebo adwuma saa akola bi amfiri mu ma kotosi bi bed na nonom na entumi emwa wo enui ubenya bi eto e wo ba bi bia yeto adro Ghana oba ha sei Kessben TV ha twenta wani mu wo circle ha ya oba onsa beka bi akodu gya nyina awie oba faka akofie no e wo circle ha no bra twenta wani mu wo so hwe Kessben TV oba ase papa no wo ho ubenya bi ho no mo ato sibi soap ni we mu your friend body mechanic ai sibi capsules no body mechanic we your friend ho fedua wonantia papai wonsema papai wonsema sisi cheche wonantia yadin wo morre apropro wonan morre apropro wonantam nya apropro foot we na beboa wo yade ya pedicure ne manicure mamu ya salon na mu ya pedicure ne manicure no ma wonsanka bi wonso kwa tawo de ne boafo ba bibia eto adro benya bi na wonso wo de kɔ na kwa akoye sibi soap eye kama ebo adwuma na bema wonsama yemre wo mensam so ahum nsem yesa menya mimi wofofo befofo pa mi wo me ka banku ni abete na ofie enso ahum nsem saa na wo so de be sibi soap me nanti kama enya dimbiem empai biem apropo ni nyina be kɔ ama wo ho to me pa cho your numbers na ba screen ase no betumi so afre me bo ama wo your numbers number screen so me sa bo body ama wo freyen yare bi na etete wo yare bi na eha wo adi wunya che wa pre wanumi nro akɔ hospital sa wo mpane enko mesraw frey numbers no na ya mmanfa ye nro ni nsa wo yare ba bibia so ye ton aduro no ko bi sesi bi nro abenya bi numbers 0247 11 1671 0247 11 1671 and I was 0246 57 0246 57 87 50 0246 57 87 50 it was screen so when you ni nkomo kan sa de yawo bi kura na nya sibi ye wade foforo de beboa wo ama wo ho atawo ye fa me oba akua da se ne cha mama me kwan ya mesamba
Enyami Michelle so edona jami de mamwai
ba cho de ho
mi de ho okay
o de ho so wo de o yo hini ntino e wo se ni nyina isisi so sei
ohun sa jama
nanka white ibi kan ho ba menso
Matthias
and that papa ni power hai and then 10 the next week here share menso bi da
say Susie Herbal for any omo edi nkomo no 8:39 is the time. Penfatana say yen fashisha so na fi yen share the ekoso ewo eye on my name na fi all the things that is really happening in anom yen di ho enkomo ye pa text messages and na fi so no eye wo WhatsApp messages in anom me twen making kan ni nyina amaw na also the other buyer no contribution na no na ye nyina ye tie na ye hu de eko citizen atodazi atanasi GCPP General Secretary and na fi so managing editor Emma the Hawk newspaper ora Charles Maakye so atenase yindi nkomo na fi enhwe de nkompe for morning bibia boko de
yemenado amezache
huza Maakye we yi colonial rule Maakye no oni momo
eden yo mutwa ne tu no eden na nye bia
ti twebe mu ni de enyo no That's how they say no spelling this. I happen also spelling it there.
The spelling in there, sir.
Oh, okay.
The spelling essay. But brother boy and now.
And you be crying out the old boy, you know. Oh, okay. And you're bad. Say be able to there. Now what you be able to
the chair. I carry a boafo be here, my young.
And then no cray. And no cray.
Boy, I know about boafo. I can't be fast to who.
And then your seminal. You be fun.
Press
serious.
Sana. We will look at it.
If you're not citizen, who need you? It's a no there. Oh, okay.
Tanzania.
Over Tanzania. And so I know Kodia in 2 weeks and 1 week.
2-3 weeks.
2-3 weeks, no bad.
2-3 weeks. Minimum 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Citizen, what's your boy for? And I wish you here.
Oh, then Yamino Shay. Nti Yamina yesterday there on Koduno on to Superman. Na on for you.
But I see Mama. A consider citizen for East and Central Africa.
Oh, okay.
You're an ambassador for East and Central Africa.
Oh, you're an ambassador at large. Yeah. Now go check you on in.
Or fill it to those 2 regions.
Oh, okay. East Africa. Oh, okay. But since East Africa, what to say?
It's actually very interesting.
Okay.
The dynamics there are very, very interesting. And I think there are things that one year they look at Ghana and say that Ghana, you are doing well.
Okay.
And maybe no. It's actually very, very different there, and we wish then Ghana so get dream. For baby to the Kenya, Nairobi, which is their capital, is an inland capital, which means there in Subia and Benho. But their port is at Mombasa, which is like the north of Kenya.
Okay,
you understand? But when a railway system is a working system. In fact, the train system in Kenya is very good. Very, very good. Instead of using the roads as containers in Aba for road, most of their containers are on the rail.
Oh, okay.
So their rail uses it's more for the port, but as well as for humans. So there's human transport and there's commercial, which is the containers and all those things. That is something fantastic is going on in Kenya. And if you look at Kenya Airways, it's one of the best in Africa. You understand? So at least even if you look at the transport system, Kenya has a highway. What it is that even though today we use Liberation Road, look at Liberation Road, the way it gets choked. So for them, it's like a highway where at the top, it's like a flyover from Medina straight into Accra.
Oh, okay.
So those who want to pay toll and who want to go fast, they pay it and they use the highway. 1 pen. There is sideways and one's Wofado. You understand? These are things happening in Africa, not US or Europe.
Wow.
And it's happening in Kenya. If you go to Rwanda,
come have a bosso because it's Rwanda.
It's another thing.
You feel back also no.
It's another thing. Also, like at least the laws work. A minister was sacked during COVID. The health minister during COVID was sacked because he parked wrongly at a bank. I'm telling you. And when the security man was drawing his attention, he decided to insult the security man. And out of this, he was sacked during COVID period.
Wow.
In Rwanda now, reaching them to Tunchin. Everybody is a citizen and not a spectator. They will report you. Everybody will check you. You can't drink. Rwanda, pubs. If Kuya, you wonder sometimes. Let me wonder the way they are drivers without cars. They are ready to drive you to your home safe
because animals.
Because drinking and driving is a serious offense.
One.
When you come, you pay them. They drive your car to your house, and then they take their.
But that's a moe.
Hey, you know, once I call a crowd coming, because police phone was stop. Now we check. Neck a crowd room. Before there.
I mean, do gauge.
Before there.
Mary Chingam.
Say what you. Not say what the check. Not say nothing there. Fine. But once you are found culpable, it's a serious offense.
No, but that trick is very interesting, where I mean, one of them we pay. I mean, in a comfortable way, they take you home, you pay them, and then they come back. They are registered, known.
Exactly.
Why can't we just have the same thing happening?
Jobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It creates jobs. You understand?
Cafe Day was sharing an experience. This is police chiwa.
Yeah.
The citizen.
Yeah.
Mean kopacho.
You know me I kopacho.
You can't go, no matter your stature. You don't have that right to go.
It's wrong.
Yeah, once the person has gone against law, our money need you have no right. Go here and say what fair no. And
chairman, Rwanda, someone I'm okay.
Rwanda. You can
Africa,
easily be arrested for noise pollution. Noise. Just making noise. Noise pollution.
Say be me tifi na me drink up kakra bi na me bonyum na abobe 10 11 12 na.
But Rwanda, they are celebrities.
Yes.
If you post something wrong, something that does not depict the real culture of Rwanda,
yeah.
Police will visit you wherever you are. It's a Ghana police for why did you post this on the internet? Delete it. Hey, there are checks and it works. But Ghana, you see, we talk too much. Ghana, sometimes I mean,
very interesting.
You kasa too much. Me, bebreben. Oh no, say Ghana. If you want to point a Ghanaian out there, it's a problem. So she secret high. How are you go road one chaya? Yama cars into Munko. She trotro drivers the way they behave. Ekoka pe what's about to happen? It's NDC and MPP are afraid to deal with it.
Pavement is swa ye ton cars.
When this man came, Greater Henry Cote.
Yes, Oko Vanderpoel did the same. Yes.
Vanderpoel did his own. There was problem. Henry Cote came. A Medina way or then it's party people. Sometimes when you're outside, there's a party people start complaining there. Bogu party.
Koko board the name ho.
Look, now saying Carl koto ayalolo koto faduma.
That's Tuesday.
Yes. And when they were telling them they won't move into the market, there was resistance. And people will tell you that, hey, so you're able to. You see, sometimes we need to be careful. And I always say that, especially our parliamentarians now, say, Obika di bona watch na wako gufumu uyoko na what's one. You are not ensuring the rule of law works. Because there is so much indiscipline in our society. It is getting worse. Because Obia Ntumunka. What should Obia? Osofa Baba or Kene Baba? So we can't deal with it.
Wow.
Asofu now, some of the Asofu have police and military guards holding their bags and following them. Really? And you think you can go and do this in Rwanda? Who born dog? Who born dog? Like I can't know kwa ne convoy yahi. Ne convoy yahi.
The chick of it, we used to describe a war-torn Rwanda.
Yeah,
you understand? Exactly.
War-torn Rwanda.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, this is how.
One thing that they've also done, probably from their history, both, and it's within East Africa. I've seen that more in Rwanda and in Kenya. Every big building, be it a mall or a hotel, there are scanners before you enter. Even when you are entering the mall, there are scanners before you enter.
And almost fine.
It's sometimes probably it's because of their history, things that they've gone through. But Ghana, you have to say the sub-region is not safe. They can't do baby. You be independence. You know what the scan is able to see some. Why do we always want to wait
until there is?
We become so reactive as a society. Why can't we be proactive? Then you may be yam shani ye na ensi ansana. And it comes with education. It comes with effort. It comes with people thinking that we want to build a society and not our partisan interest. Because when somebody decides to do it, the other people will come at him and use partisan ways to say they no. So when it comes to even Galamsey fights, we are using partisan approach to fight Galamsey. I mean, my bread me them into one bone same mom. Or bread I them into one more. I mean, why?
I thought beyond a year in paying for and leadership on. What is truly creating the problem with we the ordinary Ghanaians within the communities and then all those places? Yeah, dream and now your culture no, and you to me holding it on to say this is who we are, and for that matter we need to be the way I mean Tiana. What's the problem?
Kojo, my simple answer is, you see, it is very difficult to do this without leadership. Even in the Garden of Eden, as Christians, even in the Garden of Eden, it's the impany person inside, he would be indisciplined. Right? So, in yet, I mean, even in Rwanda, there are people who try and want to do things their own way. But then, because there are checks and balances, you are forced to stay within the line or you face the consequences. But some people might try to do the right thing. We don't make kind of crowd there. Obia, he decided that he be a very, very good citizen. You'll be frustrated.
Yeah.
It won't take you 2 days. You'll be so frustrated. The system will frustrate you.
It's true.
For doing the right thing.
It's true.
So if we are building a system that has checks and balances and that pushes us to be disciplined, I'm sure we'll fall in line. You go school no, baby or what law no do and none to do. What can they don't work on it? You work on it, I will wash you now. Woman, a more. So it will check you not to do that. But if it's free for all, then
very interesting.
School da sen kama ye but ye kwakwa ye se me ma me poti wo fie da ma ya go gwam no. So it means that aside, yes, and leadership is not just president level. Even we parents have a leadership role to play. How we train our children at home, how we deal with these things, and they be making a parental control has broken down. Kojo, parents are failing to take their responsibility serious, and that is what is affecting the kind of people that are coming up. Most parents wage our responsibilities are my teachers. That if they go to school, they should learn, and we are so busy doing work, nannies and all those things. For us. And I think that we need to take those things serious. If we do the right thing, and we do not fail to use the rod to correct people. We will
just say the TNA say me feel UK about fresh na I'm very disciplined when it comes to traffic regulations. Me bomb me belt BBA na red assault me na much water forest ya na red assault na weekend ka bia ntwam na ka bia be gina machi no bo pa ka chi unko bia ntwam unko me na for no mo take anywhere like Kojo so kwai o balance answer there you ko biamba obiamba me de twam na ko ampampa na metwam na me ko share Jubilee House enim hanom. There's a sign that tells you that you don't even stand in traffic, you know. Because Jubilee House say ofi Afriki ko ho kwa yellow no outside there utum ye be charge o into o check traffic, you know. We hear this mistake now for so ubetimi about try because nipa na ko nanim na say ye chill say ugina yellow ni mu a ye be fine no. Ahanom it is not so. From Bema camp down to Maakye. Bema camp na soja ni gina enim ho nti no otumi check o. Say mamomba. Be no craning ke ni si enya obi bejina ho ka kire say crash memma ohono ye security zone because they are telling you that president betime emergency bibia betime betwem at any time. And so ye dey block at the main Jubilee House presidential. Police force you ho direct traffic oh.
And yes co-education. Kwa nipa no fa so nya license. Because some marks on here, a choice you can park there.
Yes.
Until we share President Kufu fear him. Untimini now. Another Dankwah Kufu had fear the Nimo, the same mark.
Exactly.
Rollins fee.
Yeah.
Say your mark is hard. It means you cannot even wait. And it say drivers no. So Tiffany are called license are brand. Into new rules or new road signs no. Omonti ase hu eno anu se obi akọ anu anya license no twika eno so ka hu bi I say enti esua ade around us ne abidum aya ayeyi amom no yen as a country no see ye na ni gina nso I think say one state institution na emo Ghana na ekana ye bo ho esun sheda nimfa so besi ne NCC.
Yeah, omo.
NCC, National Commission for Civic Education.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are doing. The last time I did Monka, na Kathleen Addy, Okoye research as to who will win election 2024. I hope nobody is seeking rather than educating the society. Educating us on what to do, your civic responsibilities. Any of you. And then, okay, school, some of these things are not in schools, and I don't think say ube nyebi. Yes, some be no westernization, ya brofun,
exactly,
and culture, tuagu. We are not committed to teaching the young ones who the Ghanaian identity as a yira na yira yira na ye koso yira koka ye si Gen Z ni ene ne dey what is the Gen Z who call Nigeria Senate Nigeria Senate omo nse suit ubehu Ushoma, Ubia Shesa, or Momovan Senate, African way, ya pam, and no mushe. But I'll call a parliament, a matter of seat, in other view. Nothing Ghanaian, and to man crowd or moon fra, MP Ofi, Ashanti regions who are called parliament as they were Tutun and Toma, who voter regions say. You don't see them do it. Speak on the shots there, say, oh, you be no more say. Yes, and then no address say, Fulani or channel addresses say, no can say. These things we must be conscious about them.
Okay.
I say, your institutions are as still more promote to them making sure say you better buy these things. But no, you're interested in and as a year failing. And to dear the two other nearby countries in who will say no, we are short. We are short because we are not deliberate. We are short because you must be intentional. And your decision now based so this is where we want to get to. Kwambe be fast wire. So Botswana they stand out. The to two or more. No, Timu said that be almost there will be a bit different. So the UK takes Botswana serious than Ghana. What is it? Me woman they colonizing but students in Botswana don't write IELTS. When you want to go to UK to go and study, don't throw IELTS. No, you don't do it. That's a requirement. But a requirement. Says so we throw IELTS and son I want to make admission to go and study in the UK or in the US. Meanwhile, we are taught English from primary kindergarten to university. And nobody, not the foreign minister, not who, they don't care about it. And inform Do you get it? This was a problem na many ayokobo twewo. Internal messy position of Mudi. We are not forward thinking. As it's a recently to young, but be a tenor, drink cocaine. No. We are just comfortable. Why is this thing happening? I don't know about trying to afford me. And I heard the mom. Why? What is the difference? Tell us. We want to know. Seek for answers. Come and improve it here. Make it better for your people. That is the essence of political power. NCC there maybe go 2 years in Miguno. Oh. They don't have direction. The moon yet. So almost a year resource. Some mum can't say they are not resourcing you. They are forward. They have been saying it for a couple of years. But if they are not resourcing you, stand down. They've been saying
and the rest of the you're taking salaries, right?
Yeah, but salary step down.
Charles McCarthy and we have 2 major issues to discuss, but lawyer Wahid, I will start with the law. Almost say the law is the law. Chief Justice Sisia Yakase your former Chief Justice. Yusu Mrano at the efi honum misbehavior ana ye na de nefi honum ma menfa lawyer enshase ato citizen na on church mu yie yusu law no de aye bebre na so say yusu law no de aye adebone as a second ye say u yusu ne chini ne nim na etwa. So now people are telling us say Mrano a woman say no credit, but you used to do the wrong things. Is that the case? 10 minutes with Chief Justice issues and all the comments you've had.
Kojo anape yenchia na minchia ashofo na etefo na minchia mamunua makati. I think that there's been a bit of a fatigue in talking about this issue because Osimacha, and it was a foregone conclusion from the beginning. I mean, when there is two folds, purely law and purely politics. Okay, the politics side of it, and the law aspect of it. Eban in Bremwa, the question that everybody will keep asking is that has law been followed? The law in Article 146 is clear. The grounds of which are able to make a Chief Justice. Either for stated misbehavior, either there, ebia no ho do, another ejuma no to me incompetence. Inti se obi the petitioner ba na president with the Council of State where tum watch there some young pokonda be either you do much because in the engineer that is a prima facie. If they're able to establish that, then they have to set up a committee. Inti say issue all the processes are then President Mahama Fiho ne her ladyship Justice Arabato Kunufiwo nefane there any president and any chief justice the processes are either offered has it been followed? Yes, the president has followed its part in dealing with the issue, and that is the law aspect. I agree with the school of thought there, and I've said it even on this platform, that the same place you can get justice is the same place you can get injustice. Where you go for justice is the same place you can get injustice. So, constitution and I embreno is like a knife. If you sharpen it and you give it to the wrong person, the person will use it for wrong things. If you give it to the right person will use it. In one Bremen there, a president can appoint somebody to the electoral commission. But if you give it to the wrong person, he will appoint Asedun Ketia as the chairperson of the electoral commission, and the president will not be wrong. Because he's a Ghanaian. What your new qualifications are, he meets the standards. And that is it. So we saw one not too long ago. And the person is still there. If my memory serves me right. Tuahini or what? Apiahini. He's still there. What's not redo? Why part of panel discussions. But then the Council of State said in Pakrono credentials warrant that yes, he can be and he's a Ghanaian. So meet certain threshold. So why not? So the law has been used, but as to whether it has been used rightly or wrongly, it is up for our discussion. And that is the same thing with this. Because you see, when people even try to equalize with Charlotte Osei, that becomes even more problematic. You understand? That even becomes more problematic. And the reason why it becomes more problematic in there, then it tells you there, if the removal of Charlotte Osei was okay, then how can you say this is wrong? If the removal of Charlotte Osei was not okay, then you can also justify this one. So let's treat each other separately. In relation to this, law process is being followed. Now let's go to the substantive things. The issues being raised is the threshold of stated misbehavior. You see, sometimes and I've raised this issue there, in our laws, indecent dressing is a crime. Indecent dressing. Otiambra. Oyembrim. So, university, parade. It is indecent dressing. We could have easily been arrested. The fact that one child in Chado Yimbrim, into that police who decide to enforce that watch will be McCarthy's or demonstration against President Mahama on shut up. No police of fun. The McCarthy would demonstration in Konyabon, but you are indecently dressed, so you are arrested. McCarthy won't even hey, why anyone? That is how the law can be used as a knife. Okay, so that is why we need to be careful. So we sat down and knew that stated misbehavior is very difficult to determine. What is stated misbehavior? Except people who would want to say that in the case of Charlotte Osei, in the judgment, they try to define stated misbehavior. But apart from that, per our laws, there is no CI that determines Article 146 how, in which manner it should be dealt with, especially in regards to stated misbehavior.
Until you're open.
Or you're open. And that is why they say the doors are open. So any other Chief Justice you better be for stated misbehavior any day you are. So the whole discussion now has been muddied by the partisan nature of it. Who started the politics? Some say it's the Chief Justice. Certain utterances, certain posture, certain way or handle you maybe looked more like she was also enjoying the political aspect of her job. So she got herself more into the politics of it. To the extent that even me, personally, I've had cause to complain that it's not by her direct influence, but I can't tell, probably yes. There, she was still presiding as Chief Justice when political parties went to court to put an injunction on the EC to do registration, limited registration exercise only at their district offices. Injunction, hearing date for the injunction was given after. Date now what they say, no, yeah, after when the exercise itself will be done.
I remember, yeah.
So that itself is injustice. We went to court for justice, but we were served with injustice. So yes, and so many other things could be stated. I mean, people have talked about SAL. People have talked about how some people go to court within few hours and they're able to get judgment and all those things. So all these issues can be talked about, and the posture in which she had talked to even lawyers, senior lawyers, who are arguing on the angle of ABR, another party that is not the party in government then. So all those things, Amama, it's become mixed feelings. But the relevant questions we should ask ourselves is that don't we think that we need to properly define stated misbehavior? Don't we think that there should be a threshold? Mom Benede, Metakalim, Obi Abom careless, me a Chief Justice, may roll it down, my ear yimpan, into are being taken off there, it is stated misbehavior. Would it be enough grounds for somebody who has worked for over 38 years, gone through the mill? Is it enough grounds? So we need a definition and we need a CI. For me, I think this time that the Constitutional Review Committee has done a job, I don't know what has been coined out in terms of Article 146, what the alternatives are. But I think that number one, we need to remove everything that will create political nature. Number one, the Council of State in our president, Onyobaye, discussed in terms of establishing prima facie. It is purely partisan. Nobody can tell me the Council of State is not partisan. The Council of State elections are in Kofuko Tueska, Oko Queen, Omema Wabron Kofo, just to be able to get opposition to advise the president.
Kessben 92.9.
It's not political. Me go to Mampayinfo. Me go to Eska. Let me go to Mampayinfo. I mean, what is this? And the danger of it in the where ya showroom, where the mosque, where everywhere, even House of Chief elections, people have become so partisan. So that in itself is problematic. We have suggested that there should be an independent committee that decides prima facie. The second option is that the choice of the people on the committee was done by the president. And it includes 2 judges and 3 others. 3 others are nominated by the president. So here then na president if him. So even though yes, president will follow law, but you can't say that he did not have any hand in it. And you see, if you are an NDC, be careful what you say today. Because the same justifications, and there's been videos of Honorable Afenyo Maakye. You know, he went to court about Charlotte Osei.
Yeah.
Or in the last guy.
Yes.
You know, what they said, now they can't say the same thing. They can't stand by it. Things you say today, if you can't stand by it, be careful. And the same way MPP should be careful, because some American day or something else, we will play it back to you. That is why we now need to look at how do we address this going forward to ensure that we have a system that will work, whether it is NDC in power or MPP in power. I'm a member body behind there.
That says in the law, my regards to our Charles Akwesi Siedu, MP for Tano South constituency. That brings me to Charles McCarthy. 10 minutes, your take on the Chief Justice matters arising.
Senior Mamma Nawase, Mencha Ashefo Niatifo. Arabade, Mamma Minimeso Quadrada. Because we're feeding with my friend, the former Chief Justice. I'm a fosu near Tennessee. Emram say prima facie, no, So, animal, no, my friend, the prima facie. Once it is established against you, who cause Surubafo, you are gonna. Or money worry. She knew her, obey to me. Aye. What is it? Intina me de minimi say ne aka na e procedure akwanya wo ho so obeyi wo ano, but nothing will change. Intimi me nya surprise, but in all fairness, arabato konu wase da wonva magana bai na under process na se, so at least wanya akwanya o shot self from High Court. Wakwa Supreme Court. Of the Supreme Court at Tukwa Abuja. Of Abuja ever seen ko UK ko bo a man for pa. Someone be kabimano. Sa kwenya wi. Charlotte Tia Nyabi. Sa kwenya wo nyadi kun back fighting and moving left and right. Throw a pistols. Charlotte didn't get. Sa kwenya wi. I speaker. Abangbagin didn't get before her. Because after marking court anopa. Area na wa assemble judges. Supreme Court for Supreme Court yet no month na Friday mbo. Meboa. Supreme Court does not sit on Friday. Oh ye we ma fenyo marking. Ene what dey buy omo ni wani tia o. Omo di obuo ma o e ma wa konya ma okun ya gosi ye. Hwe anyi. Who assemble former Chief Justice for kwese ni yeboa. So fire kufu. Anyway, doche. Anyone you now can't be mal. You had opportunity to defend yourself. Unfortunately, a man for would do a more cause or monko come or manko camera. At least it is evident. So fire is singing. Abuna Buafua is talking. And according to Abuna Buafua, why Chief Justice of this Republic, the only reason is a meet threshold, no constitution na you do better as the year Chief Justice and him fa and no more define threshold of a crime of this nature. Say who be Chief Justice as a who meet 5.0 GPA and sana you meet media, you know where is the threshold in the constitution? A lawyer for now more canon citizen more constitution still be about chrono a threshold room. More constitution now more than mana more. Is there threshold in it? Maybe sir.
Threshold. Yes, there are some of them. There's
Obia we are punching a threshold room.
Oh yes, that's why you go and
no, it's a question. Obia we are punching a threshold room mana.
So where we are.
There's no where we are. So what is the threshold coming from? There's a debiamu there bechimwa.
There's threshold in terms of crime. So we are different from Obia we are we could be.
Mona Maakye actors read any men's read. Meboa. Actors read men's read. Nemo wana mokai. As you are talking about intent. Mwana mokai. What's the who are intent in impoa?
It's a threshold.
Threshold is intent, no.
So intent is different from when you commit. The punishment. You know.
And constitution be constitution punish offense be on the punishment.
Yeah.
And it's at the discretion of the judge. Say they see more 25 years or up to 25 years. No what decided so me more 25 because you are a first offender. Me more 10, me more 15. Just add it here. But in this case, a recommendation. I recommend that the president's hand is tied by the recommendation. President Metimaka so committee now recommend one value. Has the constitution provided that? That has not been provided in law. And the president on to me in Castle I Arabato Konukade we need anybody behind Metimaja. The president doesn't have that option. A beside New Hope. And Mama ya lawyer for Abeye Chief Justice for Attra Supreme Court. We are supposed to be making laws, policies to guide justice delivery in this country. What better for retirement? What nyanyansa? And so a marani bi wa quiet teno and ye finds a see fine tuned one to me and ye be. Who cried there? Because I need your boy cried the tools. This is what the $5 million bribe. One you are no. Who was signed now whom quack testify? Oh, we now testimony ben now the beko honum. Munim ram suntianka from 4 years. Yama oko defending from 4. Question ni ye boy you be a so ko defend will be. So far Yakubu one class as 7,000 Ghana cedis cantonment. So fire.
Say
Boafua.
Yeah, we should any proof and I may share any proof for sad.
Now we Ghana hand never told so far Yakubu twice as 7,000.
Ayete.
And to prove an perfume will be.
And name your boy dear now can't confront and
I name your boy question free for lawyer ni. Only in Africa Kumasi. On a deal the call trouble bias you na me di asem me work client and what the case no ediama I sheshi may he so rest in peace akutampa na uji $5 million bribe sheshi be ka sampa omo transfer case ni ma ba no nim say case no kura kwesa fifa so he cleared himself. He said he didn't know so ya dia onima anka wanji case na anye but kwesi anim ye bo anyi no wa no da e no di call retirement
say no interest or cromfo
waji $5 million bribe would you bribe
no interest oh
no be a waji bribe boy there
threshold ni ndu awuti
$5 million no be a 1,000 cedis to them now $5 million convert satan kwana dollar
so be na carton so why give $5 million
dollar 17 cedis
obi na carton so why give $5 million so obi na ka so why
give some tools so na nya no kwa udi be me ho
threshold no enso ya
me ka some tools so na nya no kwa si na udi me ho be cha me
da me fa ho nche
say chief justice sitting and yet retired. He was a sitting chief justice when that allegation was made against him. Not the bar association, not the judicial the judges magistrate for the issue statement. People in this Ghana bar couldn't hold this chief justice accountable and they are retired. Ebedi ne chia tizo obiwu.
Twaso.
Yeah, be mo dey test be born dean was $5 million this obiwu. Until so obe take kwasi a free far on. Now what paging the honor. We will keep referencing it because it is documented. Kwasi a free far is alive.
Okay.
And chinese we no more wow. Akoko football bo. Unu ni mu a yempaso. So fire akufu wo I Council of State for mo ye nipa saying. It's about 20 of them. Nipa 20 are trust are taking decision. Oba Akufo so won kwa na wani ate. So fire Akufu single-handedly one woman and they decided prima facie against Charlotte say. As I'm divorced to grown kwejina. I see like 2 hairs are better than 1. Yes an egano. Mo kan say between person me kan with you. Oh, citizen Mwamie.
It's a growing Kojina.
That be to call Kojina and
the 2 hairs are better than 1.
Is that the same thing?
Yes, I think yeah.
To call Kojina. Enti nipa bako. Ultimate this time what prima facie is against Charlotte say. Nipa beye 20. Akomutia boom. I take it decision. What's here nenye? There's a modie. Nyamwa. Obi ni adwin bio. So Farah is telling us today, say she is so intelligent than the Council of State members put together. Into ono the Abrana or decided prima facie case against Charlotte Oseno. Now the threshold doing their drew. And no na petitioners no. We didn't know them. There were no signatories. They were not given opportunity to go. Charlotte Oseno never had opportunity to meet the petitioners no. And no crowd did to muse or meet threshold. And there are petitioners and lawyers are called representative. Oh, crana, are you witness? And now, on your witness. So, could give you testimony that you are a witness. But when you now call by you see, any conflict of interest, I'm afraid because you are part of this case. You stood in defense for Arabato Kono. So, who need more right to come and tell us what is right and what is not right? She has lost that compound. Say Obeka chase where your papa, where your papa, because what take his side that. While compromising the position as a member of Council of State. She's a rogue member of the State, Council of State, because Omu take a decision, who abstain here. for whatever reason you abstain because now we need toko no ahyehyɛ sɛ obɛkɔ di adanse ama no. So she has acted in bad faith.
Like on na ahyehyɛ say ana
a brand case so much ahyehyɛ so maybe di adanse ama.
Okay.
So she had decided to recuse herself from determining the prima facie into one kabi.
Okay.
Banka would reason tia ye member of Council of State. Ninti omudi former Chief Justice Ekoho. I think that in the wisdom of the framers of the Constitution is say emra asemoba. A former Chief Justice is part of it. You can provide proper law and interpretation to the Council of State. In this case, she recused herself because the doba arabato kunu abasem obekoye witness. All my advice nibi. This woman does not deserve to hold her seat at the Council of State. She doesn't. When your man bofo and people like this, you don't entertain them. In this studio, me catch was that my minister say kasa man for born say this woman is tricking you people. And not tricking one who be a member of Council of State. Because Charles say kasa. And Gabi who in as if when I put thoughts to was a one society. Because you be nimu yenim. But be a wofi ukwe a man saw or moya or can be. You see.
Charles McCarthy and
I instrument of office no.
Yeah.
On fire them
so on cast or the beko.
Over them family, yeah, you know D on family. We you see
maybe or the crowd be them as I want to tell me I don't
know. You see bibia minor dibia wo no.
Or the aba.
So with the bar. Me hear me the instrument of office no.
Or the aba. Or the aba.
On fire them family people from. We see the ma I bafu boni.
Sir.
Now why everybody?
Kaibu group of companies can show say omo your last stop when it comes to say utu kwan efi krom hanam visa honsem and afi so person ko isua dia na so say o as tourist and na so person o ko ye adwuma bi dia Kaibu group of companies and now be din komo na ma hwe sa dem we nyina ma na visa honsem no dos to ye pa into no na complications kakra wo mu into no ne Kaibu for edin komo betumi aboa ahwe ama bibie tumi akoye eso amount sa so na ope new cars pa efi Japan pa dia and also ope Japanese cars pa dia me pacho yenko Kaibu group of companies no mo dia when it comes to importation of proper correct genuine affordable Japanese cars pa dia na Kaibu group of companies for na ode ohun ebetwere omo and also do ho be dan omo na omo tumi ahwe ni na amount car bia wo hia efi Japan bia no oni omo ending komo no mehwe ama opeso otu kwan so a oni omo nkodi komo omehwe ni na amount omo anya market deeper life junction kwan no so ha no omo ewo obe from on 0556 735 422 0556 735 422 and answer 0556 702834. Now on the Kaibu group of companies for ND and Komo. The discussions and after so the Ekosunyana is brought to you by Doc Activated Charcoal DOK Doc Activated Charcoal. Na sa charcoal sunku yepa. Mo bloated mo bloaty in terms of mo didi na mo fele mo yefu aye chochocho mo hu se na mo nye gas indigestion stomach ulcer na face so general discomfort awunya wo widie mu bia no me pacho nom Doc Activated Charcoal Doc DOK Activated Charcoal na bebo yepa gas toxins na face so acid say what you mu I be say flashing it out na face so no heartburn stomach upset and the ekoko ben na no sabi onom Doc Activated Charcoal e betimi abo ye pa mo so asebio mo pesa mo se ekoyie monum etumi eda ho na mo home obi say ohumie de ekoyie pa no eye doc activated charcoal for na oni omo ebedi nkomo eye 100% natural charcoal and omonde eye doc activated charcoal no na nkwala ene mpemfo nyina so etumi eyusu opebi atopa de amepacho yenko eye Echoes Pharmacy Shaman Nana Boache Tema AA Men Santa Clara Delight Pharmacy Kofrodia and afi so oko eye all pharmacy shops wo eye Okanshi Drug Lane na won sabe kan doc activated charcoal won sa ebe can be wo hono from on 059 82 06885 and also say 020 66 16620 won sabeka doc activated charcoal almost kra na bo eye discussions hu ka nyina ye de ebrewo che pam samen kan che say dia ye de weekend obetu kwan obeko eye ye obeko parties obeko funerals enkwala no ABA school ye be parliamentary me no ka say material ni gu hono mo a wonfa nya hwe unya obi a obepa montare na ma papa ye pa dia woni che pam endi enkomo obetima be fie obetima ba wo shop obetima be susu na waje won toma no anaso so person no apam no use material papa no de pam so a che pam ebetimi aye ni nyina ma very very affordable o hwe che pam wo awoshi market ohono me na wonsa ebeka no frɛ no on 020 683 7738 020 683 773 aye che pam or say your custom tailoring I don't know here entare bia sa kwala opanyini abrewa hwan enkokra montare ambesa mo pam very affordable monko aye che pam no betumi ahwe ama bibia etumi akoye amount 9:32 is the time la yensha se akotia ye de akwa kogu proud to that no na edi hu nkomo now even parliamentarians were even giving shots and renew be resign you renew be say nina akwakwesi security we spoke about it and Azoka and his boys and all those nyina now petition has gone to Ghana police to say Sebio the Azoka here no bugaso no enya there sefatantino we are coming in to see some which may be found. I mean on that 1-2-3 minutes and I'm in my house any we sir issue no
Kojo.
Yes sir.
Anape Solomon Kwame Asumedu aka Bonabado. And I've had cause to talk about him before, but I've realized that on Yanum Fumudra, he didn't get a good advisor. The day I saw beside him, New Jabin Jet Li, I call him Ochibefi. That was the day I knew that he has chosen a wrong support system.
Oh.
Na mekade New Jabin Jet Lady no chedo recruit Akwetia Jackie Chan no in our parliament. Because you know this member of parliament is noted for being notorious at certain things. Onje kasa after being so dishonest by saying there say we lose elections no Akwetia ordinary portfolio bottle no we be onje kasa wo at the last one I was aka ente about 2028 anyway you see I am one. And I think that my brothers in the MPP, they should take certain things serious. You may be you might call us names, but I'm sure you might understand where we come from. See, Morocco, a by-election. You are also holding presidential primaries. It is a candidate, you know. If all the presidential candidates go to Akwetia and they want to go and campaign with the parliamentary candidate only decide the one in the book first. If Honorable candidate Japan Akwetia, Honorable Banacham Pokakutia. They are available at 2 p.m. They were when you assume a duko campaigner. One and only one. One and only uncle. Which of the groups should he choose? That in itself is problematic. That is why we keep saying that this top down, bottom up, whatever approach you are doing, you should be careful. Because your efforts you are going is not even well coordinated. And you are already doing Muweni camp. So if you say that Asumedu is in Baumia's camp, what do you think would happen? Especially when you did not go for primaries. You decided and chose him. In John Ankasa friend appointment, he was appointed. So that style will be problematic for you. So they could have won the election. But some of the things that they did made them more weaker. Because already Mahmoud the form. But the approach that you go with it made you more weaker. How possible there you broke down the assembly local government system? Because if the local government system was working well under your watch, there would have been development you could have pointed out in Akutia. Toilet here was way simple. Could they even able to point one toilet in Akutia? That this toilet we built it under our watch. We built you see toilet at Mamo. You see toilet you couldn't point to toilets in Akutia. Mama, I also want to work at toilet. You understand?
As another Charles McCarthy facility, not toilet. That's it.
Oh, I make that walking. Or you mean one facility? You understand? That's what they said. Okay. So for me, I think that there were a lot of lessons for all of us that the local government system, if it was working well, NDC couldn't have used the Maben or Papa or those things.
Development in them,
You understand? Because the local government system worked under your watch, and they could point out that there was development, even though the MP then was from NDC. You understand? The MP then was from NDC. It is a you could use the onfahu. These were things that you could do, but they were found in a fix. So they couldn't really say much and do much. But more were in there after election.
Almost 109,000 toilets.
Toilets. When you be Akutia. So you see, the issue is that at the end of the day, why you could tell that there were people from MPP who were jubilating. That they've won the election. Only maybe now the confusion is you don't even know who has won. Who were they deceiving? Please, it is time. Let us all go back to the drawing board.
All right. But that's a part. Charles, I mean to a quick one, quick, just quick one. A second on the Osankina Fenyo Makini Azoka. What's your take on that? Threatening him and all that.
Oh, in fact, I have said this. I think it's trending there. I felt that what Alaji so far Azokaye, it was needless.
Okay.
Afenyo Makin is somebody who can provoke you. He does all things. I mean, he's done things that people have talked about, and I've had cause to speak about most of the things that he has done. Honorable Afenyo Makin is a politician who would always use political way of doing things. If you don't take care, at the end of the day, I want some Obeka. So when you are dealing with somebody like that and you are in government, your posture should be different. In there, why are we talking about it? We are talking about it because of the things that was said.
Okay.
And for me, that is why I would say it was needless. It could have been avoided.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Because in Kassis and Gabas since our kind of waka can now what happened there and all those things. I think there odu baby edum pempendubia in our lifestyle. We the people that people look up to us. We need to be temperate in our language.
Okay.
We need to be careful of what we say.
Okay.
That also in share kutupa, because one thing I've not seen is that what's the Afenyo Makin quarter posters? Me win. We've only heard.
Yes.
but me win. You understand? And if it
obey to me, aye.
That's
the point.
He can do it. He can do it.
But I know.
I make it. Nyama anywhere Winnipeg. Nyama. Nyama, I've heard Mike no complain about. He does worse in Winnipeg.
The poster
assembly elections. Assembly elections. The 2020 assembly elections. 2019 assembly elections. He made sure that one of the assembly members who is known to align with NDC, after he won, was never sworn in as a member of parliament till time it came. The guy in Wendy Wankwa assembly leader. You understand? He does certain things that but that does not mean there. Somebody has the right to threaten that, and there will be a by-election in your AE. You understand? Mama yenso so on same bidu.
Okay, all right.
That's all.
Chaze, by me too.
Osahene say he's not Osahene for anything. Or say nye dinka kene dia tono so. So he's ready for anything. Don't forget, Oko Akotiano, Okoto Omofo says, so we did a tumpo eba, Omonya Gidi, no mon fine face you. Unfortunately, Bugana na or 13 say, Omaya prepared with Delta Force and Invisible Forces, you know. What happened in Ablikuma? In Siwo. Your friend Akotiano, Wantimensiano. You see, and somehow will be kind before Akotia. When we feel say Enunti Azoka ko in Ablikuma, we did not see Azoka like this. But before Akotia, we are also for near sorry dying.
Yeah.
Na mo fẹ́ ni reverend also fi central region wa or the same citizen.
The Intifojo.
Also there no.
Also for who ni asori die.
It is some crane.
Asori din this.
Me nim na sorry ni din.
Why?
Victory.
Yes, Victory Bible Church.
I mean come on.
Yeah, man.
Oh no.
45 in a way we above 43.
Oh no. Obeka say Akotia will be bloody. Salam Mustafa ever threatening what will happen in Akotia. Buga is on record to have threatened so Akotia there NDC for this year will be trapped. And Azoka say or appetite for fight at any time. No appetite near high. We are ready. You want to find no shower? Or say you are my brother. You are my brother, eh? The man say your mother. Respond. Man, Mungamu, Memesha. You see, Sir Bugawi.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Another station. A threaten the national chairman, acting national chairman Buti. For Buti telling them the truth, we say, delegate in rejecting Omunina national executive. Okotna original TV car says papa number patch or man in chair council meeting. Emma or drop petition actually to the National Council of MPP say Omuni Papa Nedi. Papa you didn't question in MPP, you are not telling him. Oh sorry when MPP was on the Bema neck meeting, not threatening a man for National Council meeting.
On what TV3 mic and oh okay.
This man is fooling, has been fooling, and you are entertaining him. Wako shani meter there was Azoka nyede. Muna mokaze ze we be ma dudua ye kuja jeza.
Yeah.
Esento kwade dia bro. And you want to fight? Or we now we say now we don't kasamba sabasa so bia nyansa
ye time aso.
Ena wako share wini pa. Sa Azoka aboda na wabodam. Ndi anka nkwase afo menu mumfanya mo ho na ye hwe ade wudwane. These are two old fools who have met to fight. And unfortunately, one of them who is always ready to fight against
with the conformity, the
appetite.
Bijawa. Ebe fiana zo kajinansi o. I in the show with Charles McCarthy. As usual. Lawyer Becca Charles on no party. So conformity for Obwa. We ya fanche. We see rough road. I had a day see. Yada munyina say Monday to Friday. Heavily producer Richard Apia Sapon. Addison. And our face Fifi. And then the man himself, Amos. And Danny. Addison. And Eugene. Yes, Eugene. Our town. Our town. And our boys and Jimmy Nim the Intia. Me Mintias here. And no big shame. Hand you over to the man, Sergio. With mid-forward action from now to 2 p.m. That way, Kessben TV, Kessben Plus TV at a 92.9 and then 93.3. I love you. Have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. And stay calm, stay cool, rest. God willing, we are back. We did your man so for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Good morning.